You're listening to the future of talk. American Freedom Radio. This is American Freedom Radio.
Country. It is June 23rd, 2003, and I'm your host, Terry Ackerman, a.k.a. Lady Horse, in the chat room. Hey, you guys, come on down to the chat room. You'll find the button on the main page of freedomslips.com. Today, my guest is Christie Aphrodite, and Christie is a holistic coach, and she's the creator of True Essence, self-taught aromatherapist, an herbalist, and a natural healer. And I invite questions for her today if she's willing. But I wanted to talk on healthy eating, and I noticed, Christie, that on your pages you vegetarian and vegan recipes.
That is correct. Good morning.
I'm an omnivore.
All right.
I mean, I eat meat too, so. But I was really interested in the juicing. I think I may even get into it. I haven't tried it.
I hope so.
I figured I don't eat enough veggies. I really don't, and I love veggies and fruits. I love them to death. In fact, the past week and a half, I've been going out every morning when I take the dogs out and grabbing the mulberries off the mulberry tree. That's been my breakfast.
Aw, perfect. Yeah.
But the lifestyle I'm living right now, we don't really have. I don't eat 3 squares, and I'm on the go. And so I don't get enough, and I thought juicing would be the perfect way to add the veggies and the fruits into my system.
It really is. It's like one of the best things that we can do for our health, and especially, our standard American diet. Our plate's kind of full of meat and potatoes, and, maybe you'll get like a can of peas or frozen beans or something, and it's a really good way for people who think that they don't like fruits and vegetables to get that extra nutrition, and it's delicious.
Well, I'm going to try a few of the recipes. I went to the grocery store and got some things, so I'm going to try it this week.
Yay!
But we should, I was thinking that, and I've heard it over and over again, wherever you live, buy locally, eat the organic and the naturals, right?
Yeah.
Try to stay away from the processed. I'm a person I cook from scratch. The box meals with all the crap that they got into them, there's no way,
Yeah. Good for you. That's the way to do it, because cooking, I don't know, a lot of people don't really think of it this way, but your hands are wands. And, just think about the process of turning separate ingredients into this magical, delicious meal. It is magic, It's alchemy. It really is. So, I don't know. I love, like you, making things from scratch and being able to put your heart into it. And that in itself, even if you are eating, fried chicken and lasagna or all these things we're told we're not supposed to have, it's, you get that extra magic and health benefits in there just by taking part in feeding yourself, which, we've been very disconnected from that.
I believe so. I look at the young ladies around where I work, and I've asked, what do you do for a meal? And, I'll just go out and grab fast food, or I'll do this. And I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You take a day, you might have a day. Well, I've been working 6 and 7 days, but I try to make my own bread. I may take a day where I might fix like a pot of chili and freeze what we don't eat that evening, so I have it later. I make a couple casseroles and put them in the freezer. Just.
Yeah. Woman after my heart.
I think we lost her again, Chris.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if that was me. Okay.
But I think she wanted to go in the direction of the essential oils. If you can give our listeners some basic information about the essential oils, I think it'd be very helpful.
Oh, definitely. And I'm glad she brought this aspect up of it, too, because, when it comes to holistic health, it's something that you want to incorporate in every aspect of your being. If you're looking for an essential oil to, say, cure you of something, or an herb or whatever, just living your life the same way and then waiting to treat the symptom when you have it, it's not really a clear or true picture of what natural health or holistic health represents.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I love oils and herbs and I use them every day, but they're kind of incorporated into my routine, so I don't need that, symptom suppressor or medicine, so to speak, right?
Right.
So, I'm glad she brought up juicing, and because it's just a really delightful and easy way to get extra nutrition into your life and kind of sneak in your medicine, so to speak. And that's kind of my approach when it comes to my holistic health care. Which does include herbs and oils, of course. So are there any specific questions as far as oils? Do you want to talk about specific oils, or maybe I can talk about certain conditions and mention a bunch of oils? Or
Certain conditions might be a good direction to go with this.
Okay.
And I think we have Lady Horseback.
Oh, good. All right. Good morning and welcome back.
It's been one of those crazy days. So.
But if you want, I mentioned to Christie that we might talk about the essential oils, and
yes,
she already had a great opening, and I think we'll discuss going into specific conditions that oils are used for. Am I correct there, Christie?
Go right ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. This is your show, but I know depression and anxiety and emotional type healing is something that people bring up a lot. Like, what can I do to heal my depression? Do you want to start there?
That'll be great. That would be great.
Okay, and then we can talk about other issues as well, heart and liver, because those things come up a lot as well. But First of all, I would like to share with you depression and anxiety, first of all, is not really something that we need to be cured. And I know in our society we're taught, oh, well, I'm not supposed to feel this way, I better go fix it, and oh, these nasty emotions, and I'm sad, or I'm angry, or whatever, and, something must have got a hold of me, and there's something wrong with me. And yeah, sometimes when you're out of balance, it could certainly feel like that, but what these really are reflections of is that, maybe there's a little bit of growth that we could benefit from. Maybe there's something in our life that we are resisting, or maybe we're not nurturing those other aspects of ourselves. For example, today's society, we're pretty much taught that, having any emotions, it's almost illegal,
Yeah.
If not that, it's definitely diagnosable and something that can, get you locked up, or it's just not socially acceptable. Nobody wants to deal with those, yucky emotions. So I would just like to bring, just bring this to the forefront. When you are feeling depression, anxiety, worry, fear, etc., just know, first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not sick. You're not mentally ill. These are all totally normal human emotions that just maybe don't appear normal anymore since we've, pretty much had our emotions medicated out of us. So I just kind of want to preface it with that. And what I've found that works for me best from the emotional standpoint is that when we work with it and allow it, to allow ourselves to feel that way, take care of ourselves, maybe have a couple days of rest or whatever, that those seem to be the most transformational periods in our life, as opposed to, the what we're taught today is, let's medicate it and let's get rid of it right away. So, with that being said, there are some, essential oils. I think we discussed the week before, how they kind of work in your emotional processing, as far as being connected to the limbic lobe and the amygdala and the hypothalamus, which pretty much stores your emotions and memories, also your hormone command center, etc. So oils, of course, being highly regenerating, oxygenating, and, just having such small molecules, they can travel through you very quickly. So scent or smelling them is a wonderful way to kind of help get your center and feel that calmness that, many of us just go self-medicate for, grab a beer or something. Well, what if you could get the same feeling? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So, right. Or bonbons or shopping or gambling or any other addictions we have, eating. I've been there, done all of that, I think, probably once or 200 times. So, yeah, what if you could just smell some beautiful rose or jasmine and get that same feeling of calmness? So those emotions that we're feeling, whether it's causing us depression or anxiety or anywhere in between there, so we can deal with it better, right?
Right.
I don't know.
I noticed that I'm not so much of a flowery person. I do like the smell of a rose, don't get me wrong, but I'm more into the earth smells like sandalwood, the cedarwood, patchouli. That calms me. it just puts me right in a nice place.
Wonderful. And those are all excellent, actually. So it seems like you know a lot more about essential oils than you think you do, Terry. And that's how it is. I think I talked last time. Trust your body. If you are attracted to a certain scent, then you don't even really need to know all the properties and why you like it. But just trust your inner knowing, your sense for bringing you to that scent, whether it's patchouli or sandalwood or anything else you mentioned. But, I'm glad you brought those up. So, and that's the thing with herbs. You don't have to like roses. You don't have to like wood. You don't have to like any of that, because there's like thousands of other choices for each individual. So with that being said, I'll just share with you some oils. And do you want me to include some herbs in here as well?
Please.
Okay.
We also have a question from the chat room, if you might want to address that. What causes too much iron in the blood, Christie?
Well, that's a tough question. Let me, continue with the oils and such here, and then we can get back to the iron. If you want to just copy that and put it in or something so we don't forget it. But, okay, so I do love flowers, Terry, but I also love wood. So I'm just going to give you maybe, the top 30 or something that I can think of. And with these oils, you can either inhale them or you can meditate them. You could put them in a blend and use them to moisturize your face. You can put them in a diffuser. You can put a little drop on your pillow. You can take a bath in them with some salts. And as far as baths, I just kind of want to put this out there. If you are new to using essential oils in your baths, they do not mix with water. They are not water soluble. So rather than, if you throw it in your bathtub, they're just going to float on the top. And if it's not a good quality oil, they may even end up burning your skin. So I just want to say this, if you are new to, and same method with tea or putting it in your bath. What you'll want to do is grab some, hopefully, sea salt or any type of salt, but something like that, or even sugar, and then add the drops of the essential oil to that, and then put it in your bath. And then that way, it'll go all the way through the water, and then you won't end up with those welts on your thighs that, by the way, did I tell you I learned the hard way? So now we know how not to hurt ourselves when we're trying to relax with our nice little calming bath. So some of my favorite oils, I'll start with oils first for depression, would be jasmine. I mentioned rose earlier. Citrus oils are excellent. So think like orange. Orange is excellent for a quick pick-me-up, a really calming effect. Grapefruit as well. And if you think you don't like grapefruit, just try smelling an oil. You might be surprised. It is just really, really relaxing. Lemon is on the same lines as that. You can even throw some lime in there. Mandarin orange as well. You can also use bergamot, frankincense, as you mentioned, geranium, another flower. Lavender is also excellent. Angelica, neroli. Let's see. There's clary sage. Clary sage, basil is also excellent for depression. As far as like herbs, blessed thistle or even milk thistle.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with those herbs, or would you like me to tell you a little bit about them?
Milk thistle. Go ahead for the listening audience.
Okay, well, actually, the famous herbalist Gerard in 1597 said milk thistle is the best remedy that grows against all melancholy disease. So he was speaking, specifically of depression and, we'll just keep it at that. Of course, there are many other properties, such as excellent for your liver and your spleen. It can be used to treat problems like viral hepatitis, cirrhosis. It's a free radical scavenger, excellent, super high in antioxidants. It's, what else, a liver protector. And rejuvenator, also protects the kidneys, the brain, the heart, gallbladder. So it's really, really powerful herb. Now, I know that when people start taking herbs sometimes, especially when they're not, or when they're new to them, they think that it's like a mainstream medicine. You take a Percocet and you start to feel it right away, right? Not really the same with herbs. It's not, you're not going to just, take an herb once and all your problems are going to go away. This is something that you need to get into your system and slow and long use, if that makes sense. So skullcap is another one, which is an excellent sedative, tonic, a nervine, anticonvulsive, antispasmodic. It has many other properties as well. But as far as working for depression, it helps calm the nervous system and works on the parasympathetic nervous system. It does have narcotic properties. However, I don't know how to... I just drink it as tea, and I definitely don't feel high. So if there is a way to make it stronger, I have no idea what it is. But, skullcap is really, really good for that. And I've also found it to be a really good remedy for autistic or hyperactive children. It just kind of calms them and centers them, but not... it's not like taking a drug. It just works on the parasympathetic nervous system and helps you, just to relax a little bit so you can take things in a little bit better. Some of the other herbs that I think are excellent for depression are Damiana. Are you familiar with Damiana at all?
No, that's something.
Okay.
I probably,
All right.
It may be called by something else, and I might know it, but...
You know what? I'm not sure what the binomial name is. Let me check that out right now. I should grab a book. Sorry. I'll just Google it. What's the binomial name? Let's see.
I want to apologize to everybody in chat. If I go in chat, I lose my Skype, so I'm staying out of chat right now.
Okay. All right. Ternera aphrodisiaca. Okay. All right. Well, that's a fun name. And I guess you can tell by the name it could also be used as an aphrodisiac. But we are talking about depression here today. So ladies slipper, valerian. Are you familiar with valerian root? Okay. Yes. And valerian root can sometimes smell like stinky socks, stinky shoes, stinky feet. Have you ever smelt the root after it's dried out?
Yes.
Okay. Because that happens when during the drying process, the esters undergo a chemical decomposition. So that's where that smell comes. Of course, if you can get past that initial smell, just go ahead and put it in your tea. Your tea is not going to taste like that, I promise. But it's been widely used for sleep disorders and anxiety, nervousness, exhaustion, hysteria as well. So valerian is another possibility you might want to put on your list. I think I brought up, milk thistle. I brought that up already. Now, oat straw, which is, excellent for women's health, and probably grows in your yard or somewhere nearby, is also an excellent one. Peppermint is really, really good for depression as well, relaxation. And I think we talked last time about the oil and their synergistic properties, how peppermint has the ability, it's an adaptogen. So it has the ability, if you need kind of a quick pick-me-up or you need to kind of relax, it can provide both of those for you. And, of course, there's others you've probably heard of, ginkgo biloba, gotu-kola, St. John's wort, catnip even. Are you familiar with catnip and how cats usually like it?
I like the smell. I've had catnip tea.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
I've had dandelion tea. I've had, I love catnip tea.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, it works, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm taking a little section of my front yard here, and I've put the seeds of catnip over there.
Oh, good.
Even the raccoons like it.
They do. It's not just for cats. But again, it's not just for depression or just to relax. Tons of health benefits, like it's super high in vitamin A, B complex, and C. It also contains magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, a little bit of sulfur, so it's also good for pain and cramps and convulsions and even colic, as well as lung congestion, morning sickness, even withdrawal symptoms, whether it's nicotine or alcohol, etc. Good for your digestion as well. So, catnip is not just for cats. Let's see. Kelp. Kelp is an awesome one that is sometimes overlooked, but excellent for depression or anxiety or just balancing your hormones and minerals to begin with. And as for, and a lot of these work hand in hand, so I'm kind of focusing on just depression right now, and then I was going to share with you oils for anxiety, but a lot of them are the same. For example, ylang ylang, rose, lavender again, peppermint, neroli, bergamot, and all the citrus like lime and orange and grapefruit. Those are excellent for anxiety as well. Cypress is another one that's great for that. It's also really good for healing like bone spurs and joint issues as well. So make friends with that. Cedar wood, I love that. Really good for anxiety, and it helps you produce natural melatonin. So if you're having problems sleeping or whatever, you can just put a drop on a little pillow, or inhale, or make a meditation oil, whatever you have to do to get it. All you have to do is smell it, so it doesn't really matter how, if you're doing it in a pod or a diffuser or putting it on your pillow. I kind of like the pillow thing and the sheets thing, because it's just fun. It smells good.
We're going to take a moment here.
Okay.
For anybody that's interested in calling in to speak to Christie, the number is 424-253-0127. That's 424-253-0127. I'm not very good at announcing numbers. I'm dyslexic when it comes to numbers, so I have to really look at them.
I
transpose
understand
numbers
that.
a lot. Anyway, go ahead, Christie.
Okay, let's see. So we were kind of talking about anxiety, and I'm just listing some of the oils or herbs that may be beneficial. Again, basil, juniper, let's see, calendula. Those are all good. Passion flower is excellent, excellent calmative, good for your blood, as well as rosemary, which is also good for your memory, by the way. Lemongrass is excellent for anxiety as well, kind of gives you a quick little pick-me-up. And wild lettuce. Are you familiar with wild lettuce?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there's another one. Of course, you probably, unless the leaves are really young,
you don't want to eat it.
Yeah, probably not going to taste. Okay, so you've tried it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually boil the leaves, though, or the root, and turn it into a tea. That's probably my preferred method of administration. And that's kind of what I do. I just make a few herb teas, and I just drink that daily that helps ensure that I don't actually get sick or have something that I actually have to treat, right? I think, you dropped out a little bit, and I was just talking about how sometimes holistic health or natural health can be turned into an extension of mainstream medicine, where, we want to do things the same way we do them, whether it's bonbons and beer, or, Doritos and corn dogs, or whatever it is, and then we panic when something goes wrong, and it's just give me an herb. But that's not really a good picture, a total picture of health and wellness.
If we do preventative maintenance upon ourselves, we shouldn't be ill.
Exactly. So, so instead of drinking a soda, say drink your herb tea with nettles and milk thistles. And if you notice that you do have a predisposition to, depression or anxiety or whatever, then, you can put your milk thistle, your skullcap, your valerian, whatever, in the tea, and then it doesn't get, to a crisis situation where you feel like you have to medicate or make something go away, if that makes sense.
I'm a big person that really despises Big Pharma anyway. I think we should get back to the holistics more and more.
I agree with you, honey. And we can do that by making our food our medicine, whether it's, an herb tea, or whether it's just sneaking herbs into your meals. For example, you said you love to cook, like me, and so
rosemary, thyme, basil, oregano, spices are my life. My husband just brought me some fresh sage, which I've dried out, so I'll be using that when I cook too.
Good. Excellent. Those are all really good herbs for your blood, for your liver, for your brain, for just, uplifting. Also, maybe garlic or cumin or cayenne.
Yep. You should see my spice rackets.
Mm-hmm.
I just grab and go.
I bet it sounds
good.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a lot in common. So, I mean, the cooking and even what you mentioned about making things in advance and sticking it in the freezer. And that way, when you do get too busy, you have your fresh cooked meal there, just defrosted. And, that's definitely something I suggest to people who say that, well, I don't have time to cook every day. Good, don't. Cook one day a week. Stick it in the freezer and, be done
Pull it
with
out as you go.
Yeah. Put it in little,
That's one of the big things I do around here. So even if during the day, if the husband gets hungry, he can go in and get the individuals that I've put in the freezer, and he can warm it up.
Absolutely. Definitely. It really makes a difference in one's life and health, and just, having the benefit of even having a home-cooked meal together is just, it really does wonders for your health. So that's really all of the herbs and oils that I can think of right now off the top of my head in regards to depression and anxiety. Was there a different issue that you wanted to address as far as oils, or do you want to talk about kind of sneaking your medicine in, or...
Sneaking your medicine in. I'm curious. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, kind of just like what we were talking about now is getting it in your food.
Okay, right.
Like whether it's the turmeric. Rather than, some people think that health has to be hard. And they have to drink this disgusting drink with like lemon juice and cayenne, and they have to hold their nose and get it down, or just make some really putrid juice with garlic and ginger and kale. Which, okay, all of those ingredients are great, but if you're drinking it in a shot, just one all by itself, that's not fun. It doesn't taste good. So, rather than doing it like that, just put those foods, put those ingredients in your food, whatever it is. And
make
especially,
a spinach quiche.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, and you can put some turmeric in there. Why not?
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah, and turmeric is one of those things. I mean, it's good for your blood, your heart, your bones, your joints, all of this stuff, a proven anti-cancer properties, but it also doesn't have a lot of flavors. So even if you're new to herbs and you think, oh, well, that's just a little weird, which I understand, just try a little bit, because it's not going to change the flavor of anything at all. And, you just mentioned quiche. Well, I sneak, I don't really eat eggs that often myself, but if I do, or if I'm cooking for somebody that does, I always sneak some cayenne and turmeric in the egg, and he doesn't even know. He has no idea. So, and that's the thing. It's not, the point of herbs is not to overpower anything. It's not to be like, oh,
right,
man, all right, I taste, yeah.
You want to snack on something, make a fresh salsa.
Exactly.
People don't realize the benefits, the medicinal properties of foods.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's
And yeah,
a combination of what you put into them that, helps
definitely.
you.
And the synergistic properties. And so rather than just eating a cayenne, I mean, come on. That doesn't feel good. It doesn't taste good. No. I mean, I don't need my head to sweat to know that I'm doing something good for myself. So, Terry, like just what you said, make a delicious salsa and put it on top of, I mean, who doesn't like salsa? Come on. You've got your antibiotics, your antibacterial, your antifungal, your antiviral, you've got your lycopene, you've got, all the building blocks to build healthy, strong blood, heart, liver, kidney, brain. So, I mean, that's a perfect example, salsa. I just made some yesterday, by the way. So, and cilantro, of course, which normally goes into, a traditional red salsa, of course, is like an excellent heavy metal cleanser. So, we have everything we need in our food. And not only that, we can go a step further and say we have everything we need, most likely growing in our yard. So it's just a matter of getting to know what's out there. And I'm definitely not an expert. I certainly don't know every weed that's growing in my yard or in my vicinity. I'm still learning every day, but it never ceases to amaze me to find out, oh, well, I remember thinking, gosh, I really wish I had this one or something to help me with this issue. And then I go outside and find out, what's this weed? Then I'll go take pictures and look in my books or something and find out that was exactly what I needed. Isn't that crazy?
Do you have any books that you recommend for
totally. Yeah. Actually, in as far as oils or herbs or wild foraging.
Right. The wild foraging maybe, and maybe a good book on essential oils.
Definitely. Okay. I really love Linda Runyon. Are you familiar with her work?
No, I am not.
Oh my God, she is such a badass. She's like in her 70s now and like the ultimate pioneer woman. She's so great. I have several other books, but I love the stories of her digging out, mullein roots in the middle of winter with, 5 feet of snow on the ground in the Adirondack Mountains. And she's just absolutely amazing. She's written several books. Her website is ofthefield.com. And one book of hers that I really, 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 really love is the Essential Wild Food Survival Guide. And the reason I love this so much, and the pictures are black and white, so, you'll probably end up doing a lot of Googling or looking in other books like Wildman Steve Brill, who has really good color photos and drawings. But what Linda has in this particular book is the actual nutritional content for each of the herbs, whether it's cattails or chickweed or dock or chicory or clover. And, I found that particularly helpful. Yeah, awesome. Mullein. Who knew mullein had 285 milligrams of calcium? What? And I knew I loved mullein, but I had no idea, why I love it so much or why I should love it even more and, hopefully help other people love it. But lamb's quarters, I know they're super delicious. I know they're super high in beta-carotene, but she actually put all of the content in there. So, which, I don't know, I think kind of separates that book from the rest of the wild food books. So I would definitely recommend, starting off with that, at least for herbs. And she's so cute because she has, she incorporates her own personal stories and how she learned things. As far as essential oils, let's see. I did a video talking about my top 20 most used essential oil books, but I'll try to narrow it down for you. Dr. David Stewart, he is a care coordinator, and he's written several excellent books like The Chemistry of Essential Oils and Healing Oils of the Bible. I really love those. Let me look here. My bookshelf is right behind me. I love this one too. The Complete Book of Essential Oils and Aromatherapy by Valerie Ann Werwood. And I really like her style because it's just very plain, simple. You don't need a PhD to understand what she's saying. It's very practical. It's something that we can relate to. And her sister, also have a little book. It's kind of a pocket guide to essential oils and aromatherapy, which is a wonderful reference book. And that's what it's called, actually. It's called Essential Aromatherapy. Same author, Valerie Ann Werwood, and her sister, Susan Werwood. I think they do excellent work together. And like I said, easy to understand. It's just a wonderful reference book. Another one that I just found to be really, really unique is called An A to Z Aromatherapy. And this is by Patricia Davis. This book actually covers not just oils, but methods, safety factors, sources, and the entire book. It's not like in chapters. It's just all alphabetical. So whether you're looking to learn more about perfume or orange water or antibiotic or hives or, anything related, it's just all in alphabetical order, so it's perfect.
I have to tell you a story about having the hives.
Okay.
And in 01, I was going through chemotherapy for breast cancer.
Oh.
And I wouldn't listen to my doctors. I refused to stop my life to go through this. And I had a garden.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that one day I was going to go out and pick my peppers. The back of the leaf had touched my hand, and I went from instant. I've never been allergic to peppers in my life. It was hives from the top of my head to the top of my feet.
Oh, no.
For 3 days, I suffered with hives.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That does not sound fun.
Oh, it was not fun.
And what did you do?
Well, I tried all kinds of things, from camphor oil to you name it. I probably tried it. And I finally just went in the bathroom, put some oatmeal, and I can't remember what else I used. Put it in the tub and just soaked. I come out and I felt 100% better. It's like, that's what did it.
Good.
I'm.
Yeah. Good.
It was like, oh my, it was horrible.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine that being fun. And that sounds like, obviously that was a time where your immune system was down anyways. So.
But I wasn't supposed to eat my dark greens and such on this, whatever they were pumping into me every week or so. And I'm like, baloney!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I found a lot of their, the medications and such interact with a lot of common foods and herbs. And in fact, I had a client recently with a heart issue, and he was taking like 5 different drugs, and he wanted to know what herbs that he could take to help with him. And I had to tell him, look, I'm really, really sorry. But this would be really unprofessional of me to name any of these herbs for you while you're taking this. They say that it interacts with grapefruit, with garlic, with hawthorn, with, black cohosh, all of the things that are supposed to, cayenne even. And it's like, oh my gosh, what do I tell him?
Right.
So, yeah, it's, and that's the thing. We take one step forward and one step back. It just doesn't really, eventually we're going to have to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back if we want to see real healing, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with, I'm not saying anybody has to be perfect or, you have to do everything natural and you have to eat vegan and you have to eat, any of that stuff. Dude, I love a pizza just as much as the next guy, okay? And, so in situations like, let's say I'm going to be going to an event and I know that they're not going to have my, organic home cooking or whatever there, then I'll just make sure I pump up on the juice and protect my body, make sure that it has all the immune defense properties that it needs so that I can have those, fried mushrooms or or whatever it is, or even a glass of wine or whatever, without it bringing me down, right? So we can just kind of pump up our nutrition beforehand or even after. It's okay. It doesn't, just because you fall off the wagon, so to speak, it doesn't mean you're going to hell. It doesn't mean you're going to die tomorrow. It doesn't mean any of that. And in fact, just the act of feeling guilt about it, that's where any potential damage, sneaks in at, if that makes sense. It's like, for example, if you eat Doritos, okay, and you're feeling guilty while you're sticking the Doritos in your mouth, like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this. Oh my God, I'm going to get cancer. Oh my God, I'm going to, this is going to clog my arteries. Well, guess what? Of course it is. But if conscious eating is what I like to promote. Just be aware of what it is. Give it love. You can change the vibration of anything you put in your mouth. Thank it for being there, for nourishing you. If you're eating just for taste because, you just want some frickin' Doritos today, it's okay. Forgive yourself. It's all right. Just get back on the wagon tomorrow, right? Or whenever. So, and that's the thing. I like to make health easy. I really do not think it has to be hardcore where, like I said, some of those shots that people drink and, puts hair on their chest and they have to plug their nose.
Well, that's what health is all about, is making it easy. Why should we, if you eat decent, I fall off the wagon. I have a bad chocolate is my...
Well, did you see my chocolate recipe since you mentioned
Yes, I did.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm going to try it.
Because it is so easy. I don't know if you saw the video, but just literally...
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, easy, quick, and boom, you're good to go. By the way...
that's my downfall. Chocolate is, well, a lot of ladies' downfall. But,
yeah.
you'll eat in moderation. I have a Hershey bar sitting in my cabinet, and I might take one or two bites just to, have that taste in my mouth. But,
yeah.
we're all human. We all, fall off the wagon here and there.
And it's okay. It's okay. Just, just make a decision. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to be perfect every single day, all day. You're human. The denial diet does not work, okay? Because the more you tell yourself, for example, oh, I'm never going to be able to have ice cream again. Well, what are you going to be thinking about? What are you going to be preoccupied with? Ice cream. Exactly. And your ego is going to slap you in the face and, be like, well, what do you mean never? Well, guess what I'm going to give you cravings for, and I'm going to make you sick until you get it. And then what happens? We eat 3 gallons of it.
Yeah, right. Overeating, yes.
Yeah, so denial does not work. What I've found for healthier eating is to give yourself the permission to have anything you want. And what I've found with that approach is that, I become more conscious of what I eat, and do I really, really want it? Do I need it? Am I doing this just because it's fun and I want to see what happens? But I did that recently. I went out to eat, and my the person I was with had a steak. And I'm like, well, that kind of looks good, I haven't had a steak in, years, and I better try it. So,
but
mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, one bite turned into 10, and I'm like, oh, man, that did not feel good. But I went into it knowing I'm doing it for fun. I just want to see what happens. Will it really affect me or not? Or is it all in my head? And, just kind of talked with myself that I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm just going to bless you for feeding me and thank you for sacrificing your life. And, anyways, so, yeah, denial doesn't work.
Well, I find anymore that red meats sit very heavy on my tummy, so I don't eat a lot of beef anymore.
Yeah.
But
Well, again, when it comes to conscious eating, I seriously, as far as these experiments go, have seen a huge difference in something that you get at the store or the restaurant as opposed to something that you get from a local, clean,
Right.
grass-fed, humanely raised, without drugs, hormones, antibiotics, just living their life.
Right.
And I know this is kind of controversial, but I believe that, some, if not many, animals, they'd like to give their lives for us.
Oh, yes. Right.
I mean, that's
understand
not
that.
to say I am totally against factory farming and all of this, but you can taste a different quality
Oh, yes.
in the meat, in the
Oh,
vibration. One tastes
absolutely.
alive and one is dead. So, again, it doesn't mean
Absolutely.
you have to deny yourself and to never, ever, ever have meat or dairy or whatever again. It's just, where are you getting it from? Is this the best cut you can get? Or is it, coming from a farm? I mean, imagine these poor little animals living in that fear vibration their whole lives. I mean, I know some people believe they don't have souls and all of this stuff, but
Oh,
anyone...
yes, they do.
Exactly. I mean, anyone who's had a pet should know better than that, and I think most people have had pets, and, obviously, look at the wild. They don't need us to provide anything for them. You don't see them, crying when it snows and standing in line for food stamps and, oh, where's my Obamacare? I got a broken wing. They just take care of business, right? So
Right.
they know what's up. And when they're, living caged like that, it just makes sense. They're not happy, just as we're not happy when we're living in cages or working in cubicles or little apartments and separating ourselves, keeping us apart, mente, the mind, from everyone,
Right.
so it is a different vibration.
My husband worked at a veal farm, which the calves were kept within confined. They weren't allowed outside, and we were also we were raising two calves for butchering at our own place on pasture and hay. Very little grain, if all. And he brought home some veal from the calf farm, and then also we had our own, and he said he could tell the difference between what we had grown and what he had gotten from where he worked. So there is a big difference.
Definitely. Yeah. So, just do your best. Obviously, it's hard, as you mentioned earlier, getting everything organic and this and that. Depending on where you live, it's just not possible. So just do your best. You don't have to be a Nazi about it. You don't have to, I'll never have that. That's beneath me. And, come on. That attitude itself will kill you. So,
Exactly.
but, oh my gosh, I'm just looking at the time and we're almost done here. I did want to talk about, heart disease and such, because that's another one that people, that is really common. Do we even have time, or?
Well, if we don't, go as long as you can, and we'll have you back.
We still have a few
Okay.
minutes. We'll go to the top of the hour, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so as far as your heart, first of all, it's the primary organ of your circulatory system. It's also looked at as the seat of your life and your soul. It's also the center for healing and loving, feelings, emotions, and obviously it contains and works with our life blood, which it's constantly pumping and filtering back and forth. And so sometimes from an emotional standpoint, heart problems can reflect issues in the way we handle or experience or express love and emotions. Have we become hardened? Well, guess what? Are you afraid of being hurt? You don't want to put yourself out there. That can lead to heart issues. Now, I know we're told Here we were talking about meat and such. We're told that eating meat, it's going to give you heart disease and it's going to raise your cholesterol and, all of these crazy things. And, I'm not advocating eating meat all day, every day for the rest of your life. The studies have shown, over 1,500 of them, by the way, animal products, 20% or higher, that is where it leads eventually. Again, I'm talking conscious eating within normal levels, plenty of fruits and vegetables, a little bit of meat here. But the cholesterol myth, a lot of people, I think statin drugs now, it's like 1 in 4 adults, 40 and over, are on statin drugs right now. And we're told that, we need to lower your cholesterol because that leads to heart disease. But did you know that actually more people die from lower or normal cholesterol levels than high? In fact, in a study they did, the New England Journal of Medicine, they did a study with all these different patients, and they put them on the statin drugs. Every patient, or every point of decrease in their cholesterol number, every single point. So say you start with 200 and then you get down only to 199. That increases your risk of death by 36%. So say you went from 200 to 190. That increases your risk of death 360%. So, cholesterol is actually necessary. First of all, your liver makes it. It's not something that you're eating. It's not something that comes outside of yourself. You need it to manufacture hormones, all of your hormones, estrogen, testosterone, cortisone, etc., bile, vitamin D synthesis. Okay, so, vitamin D is a big thing that we're told, everybody's short in vitamin D, go take your supplement. Our body manufactures it. Okay, so, yeah, exactly, the sun, hello. But again, if you're taking these drugs that are suppressing that, or, statin drugs in particular, you're not going to be able to synthesize it, so your body's not going to be able to use it. And that's why a lot of these medications were put on, people have photosynthesis or end up with reactions of being out in the sun, get rashes or boils or things all over their body, and that's why. So, cholesterol, besides being necessary to manufacture all of these essential elements of life, it controls your nervous system as well. So, if you're taking these drugs to suppress that, you can imagine the other side effects and symptoms that might come with it as well. There's also, over a 3-month study they did, again, the New England Journal of Medicine, they said 100 of the patients over a 3-month period, 100%, all ended up with some type of neuropathy, numbness in your hands and feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, liver damage, suppressed immune system, joint pain, ligament pain, muscle atrophy, heart failure, depression, 100%.
Don't you just love their drugs?
I do. Not.
Oh, yeah, right, not.
Yeah, and then it also stops your production of CoQ10. So here you are, you find someone on those drugs, and then they end up taking all these other, whether it's supplements or other drugs to make up for it, when really all you need to do is just leave that one drug behind.
Big Pharma's big vicious circle.
Yeah. Yeah, sad state of affairs, but we're getting there. And, that can also cause, a malabsorption of nutrients as well, which can cause other issues, gastrointestinal.
You're listening to the future of talk. American Freedom Radio. This is American Freedom Radio.